Sunday. Damn, where I get it from. These niggas always wonder. Then meet my.
Sounds better.
Out there.
That sounds a lot better. What was that word again? Subversive?
And the sycophantic lackeys. Why don't you look that up?
Sycophantic lackeys.
Why don't you look that up in your damn book?
Sycophantic. He's obviously indulging in, what's that word you told me a long time ago? Hyperbole.
Yeah, but anyways. Adam's a good guy, though. I have nothing against him.
Let's talk about the thing we always argue about. The name of a university. Now, there's no argument. The name of a university is correct. That's everything. But the argument we have is, I personally don't think that, I don't understand the importance of, if we're going both to school, and let you go to UCSD, somebody else went to Berkeley, which one's higher? Which one's higher on the chain? Because we know they're both higher than a CSU.
To be honest, it all really depends on the major too. You can go to a different school and have an engineering major and still get a good job.
Well, I heard that CSUs were more geared toward liberal majors anyways. Is this true?
They are, yes. Usually UCs get more funding, which is more government funding.
For science and math and applied and all that stuff.
Applied sciences, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I guess there's really no argument there.
Yeah, they'd be more tailored more towards the scientific brain. But that's not saying that, SCSU doesn't have a good engineering program, which I'm sure they do. My friends graduated there as an aerospace engineer.
Graduated without getting herpes? I heard a lot about STSU.
Yeah.
I heard that STSU, they have a really good communications program.
They do.
But it's also impacting.
Really good business program also. But I didn't graduate from San Marcos, so I probably wouldn't find a job.
So you think that an education from San Marcos, but it's not being...
nowhere, shape, or form, demeaning the school. All I'm saying is that when you get your diploma, that's more than likely the alumni, the people who you interact with, the people that are going to help you find jobs later on. And if your alumni is weak, doesn't have a lot of clout or pull in the local economy, it's going to be harder for you to find a position. I mean, that's not saying that you won't. There's resilient young individuals that, use their networking tools. That's actually the most effective way, just to network with someone.
Right.
But if you don't, if you just rely on your university, sometimes you can't find a job for a while.
That's why I decided to pad my resume with the military backing me up as well as getting a college degree. So I'm well-rounded. Nobody can say nothing to me. I serve my country. I also found time to go to school. Give me my job. Leave me alone. I've done it both.
Well, see, even that's not even guaranteed finding a job.
Nothing's guaranteed, but it's a lot better than those that don't have both, or those that have one, or those that just went to the military and didn't do anything else. So your meager attempts to downside what I'm doing has failed again, and I'll be okay. The job in California, California, as we already spoke about, you're just paying for the scenery in California. If I really, really wanted to do better, I'd have to go to Texas, Arkansas, a less desirable state, in which I would do better, but I personally wouldn't feel better. I would feel dejected because I left a place that I actually liked. So I'm going to try my hardest, battle hard, live and succeed in California. Because just like those people in New York, I think if you make it in California, I think you can make it anywhere. And I think that, I can't really say that because I've never been to New York. So I cannot say that California is tougher than New York.
Well, let's just say rent in New York is at least like $2,400 per month. So it's a little bit more expensive. New York City mostly.
Yeah.
It's about $2,400, $2,500.
he's right though. If you can make it here in California with all of this crap going on, you can make it in Mobile, Alabama. God, I hate that state.
Alabama.
I hate Mississippi and Alabama. We got pulled over. Mom, Dad, you remember this? Pulled over for driving on the left-hand side of the road because it's only for passing. It had nothing to do that it was a brand new 2012, whatever weird refrigerating looking truck we were driving with a bunch of colored individuals. It had nothing to do with that, but because we drove on the left-hand side. Just stupid. I don't dislike the South because that's where I'm from, but I'm glad I'm not there right now, man. Especially Savannah. You guys need some reconstruction again. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, check out Nights in Savannah. It's a YouTube. Type in Nights in Savannah. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about. But once again, no major offense. My dad is from Savannah, Georgia. So, you know, that's where he's from. So what about interracial relationships, man? How do you feel about those?
I don't have a problem with interracial relationships. Obviously,
Of course not.
I'm right now.
Have you ever been looked down upon because the person you're dating didn't have the same mental account as you?
I wasn't explicitly told that, but
You felt it
you
from a
always.
certain matriarch. We won't say no names, but The Rock says you should read a history. I'm not The Rock, excuse me. You should read a history book before you start judging other people's race and cultures. Okay, learn that there is more than Fox News. There is other things out there, and realize that African Americans are not the #1 people that are out to hurt you. I'm so tired of seeing that everywhere.
Well, statistically, actually, like 90% of the people who get killed are by people who know them, people who have relations with them.
And that's blinded by race, right?
Well, I mean,
Where it doesn't matter what race it is, they know you.
That's just a mechanism of fear that's in a lot of communities.
Fear.
Fear is the only way that we can actually, why people buy guns, why people,
People do
live
anything.
in the suburbs.
Why I carry 3 tasers?
Why people
Well, it's not
have,
fear. I think it's cool.
alarm systems, why they have living gated communities. They're a little bit fearful that, there's this evil presence or crime wave that's going to somehow sweep them. So, I mean, that's one mechanism of fear that is kind of, outshadowed the idea that crime is actually, violent crimes have actually gone down every single year consistently for a good 20 years now.
Careful, you know someone's gonna try to approach you on that.
Well, that's fine, but
You're right, so
it all depends on where, but we're talking nationally, though.
Crime has been going down.
Violent crimes have been going down nationally for a good 20 years now, and the sale of guns.
Thanks, Giuliani.
The sale of the guns are up,
Exactly. Does it?
I can't even buy ammunition at Walmart anymore. I mean, I just
Ammunition's
won't find
gone. You guys realize what fear is in the first place? It's a basic fundamental function within the body that's used to pump the chemical cocktails that are inside of you to get you away from a point of danger, and then that's it. It's supposed to go away. Fear is not supposed to be a sustained state in which someone lives in. But today, fear is marketed for money. And you guys gotta realize that. You want to stay inside your house with the doors all locked, watching CNN, being scared every day. You need to go out there and live your life. Fear, hey, what president, who are my history buffs out here? Fear is the only thing you have to fear is fear itself. What president said that? His middle initials are D. There are 2 presidents with this last name. He married a distant cousin. He had polio and spent most of his adult life or life period in a wheelchair. Franklin Delano Roosevelt. The good old FDR. Was he a Republican or a Democrat? I don't know. Whatever. I don't know if it was because all those deals he was trying to make. Either way, he did good. He did good. Too bad his New Deal didn't get through because he sadly passed away. But what I'm trying to say is, you do things out of fear, and that's how you get burned. Be fearless. Who knows who Curtis Jackson is? That's my example. Who knows who 50 Cent is? He has a book called The 50th Law of Power. And that 50th law is to be